Hello, and welcome to another episode of Something Something Chat Show, a Tom Jr. Jackson presents. After the movie review, this is our holiday edition. Welcome to the holidays, folks. And today we are going to be doing this is episode one of the holiday edition of After the Movie Reviews, and we are going to be doing The Bishop's Wife from 1947 with Cary Grant. But first, before we get into that, check out the Post Geek Singularity with your host, Robert Meyer Burnett. He has such shows as Midnight Musings, Midnight Metal, Robservations, Let's Get Physical Media, Whining About Movies, Fully Articulated, and the latest show to pop up on the Post Geek Singularity YouTube channel is Ladies of the PGS, hosted by RM, co-host of Midnight Musings, one of the co-hosts of Midnight Musings. And I want to say that Ladies of the PGS is every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, right here, well, not right here, right there on the Post Geek Singularity YouTube channel. So go to that channel, check it out, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Do the same for my channel as well. As a matter of fact, if you like that channel so much, the Post Geek Singularity and all its content, did you know for just as little as a buck, 99 cents, you too can be a member of the Post Geek Singularity? And what does that get you? Well, folks, that gets you twice a month. That's every other week. There is a members only Zoom chat where you can speak with Robert Burnett. And who is Robert Meyer Burnett? He is a director, he is an editor, he is a producer, and he is a YouTuber. He has directed movies such as Free Enterprise, and he has produced some of the special features for some of your favorite movies, such as the first two Lord of the Rings films. If you have the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings films on Blu-ray, his documentaries, his behind-the-scenes documentaries should be on there. He also did the special features for the first two X-Men movies. He did the special features for The Usual Suspects. He did a behind-the-scenes documentary of the movie Tron, the original movie Tron, by the way. So check that out. And speaking of RM, she has her own channel, Positive Fandom, where she does unboxings, she does reviews such as movies, television shows, out of the theater reviews, trailer reactions, and reviews. So check her channel out as well. Oh, also, she has a live show every Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, called Sunday Brunch Live. And she has a co-host, author Russell Whitfield. And they parlay all the pop culture that's fit to parlay in one show. So give that a look-see. And let those people know that you heard about their channel from my channel. And it helps them know that they are thought of. It's the circle of life, my friends. The circle of life. Now, with that finished and in the bag, we're going to go and do our After the Movie Review Holiday Edition number one, The Bishop's Wife from 1947. In 1947, director Henry Koster brought Robert Nathan's novel that was adapted into a screenplay by Richard E. Sherwood and Leonardo Bokovici. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's spelled Bercovici. And that film that they brought to the big screen, The Bishop's Wife. What is the bishop's wife? Well, an angel comes to earth to help an Episcopalian bishop and his wife in their quest to raise money for the new church. Very, very simple premise to the movie. This film stars Cary Grant, Loretta, Cary Grant, who was in North by Northwest, Charade. One of our past reviews, which was Arsenic and Old Lace. He was in Arsenic and Old Lace as well. As well as, who else is in this movie? Loretta Young. David Niven, who was in the Pink Panther films. And Elsa Lanchester. Now you may be asking yourself, who is Elsa Lanchester? Elsa Lanchester, my friends, was in the Bride of Frankenstein. She played Mary Shelley at the beginning, and I believe she also played the Bride of Frankenstein herself. And I believe there is a video for that review in the Spooky October edition of After the Movie Reviews. So check that one out as well. Now, let's talk a bit about The Bishop's Wife. Originally, Cary Grant was playing the bishop. David Niven played the angel, and until the original director left the film, he was replaced with Henry Coster. And Henry Coster sat there, watched the reviews, not the reviews, but the dailies of what they shot and what they've had, and didn't like what he saw. And what he did notice is that David Niven and Cary Grant were both in their roles are mixed up. He thought that, David Niven should play the preacher. The bishop, and Cary Grant should play the angel. And it took some convincing because Cary Grant wanted to play the bishop. And eventually he played the angel, which was a smart move for him because then that became his most widely praised role of his career, was playing the angel in this film. The original director was William A. Sater, Sater, Seiter. And producer Samuel Goldwyn didn't like what he had shot and brought Henry Coster to shoot a completely different film. So they took what they had, they completely scrapped it. They rewrote some of the scenes. As a matter of fact, Billy Wilder and Charlie Brackett rewrote a few scenes without screen credit. And already $1 million had been spent. So they've already spent $1 million making this film, and they just scrapped it and started over from the beginning. Loretta Young was borrowed from RKO Pictures for this film. Back in those days, if you don't know, if you're an imagination connoisseur, a film connoisseur, you would know them back in the early days of film. Certain actors would be signed to a studio. So let's say Loretta Young. Loretta Young. The only films that she would be in are ones made by RKO Pictures. And the studio the bishop's wife went there and negotiated to borrow her to be in their movie. As I said before, Elsa Lanchester was the bride of Frankenstein as well. Borrowing someone from another studio was very tricky in those days because then you had to pay. Because hey, you're taking one of our big stars. What are you going to do for us? You're going to pay for this. You're going to do this. You're going to do that for us. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. That kind of deal back then. Excuse me. The bishop's wife is a great holiday movie. It takes place around Christmas. Michael Landon, who was in Highway to Heaven, he did Little House on the Prairie. He was in the original I Was a Teenage Werewolf, which was remade with Michael J. Fox as Teen Wolf. Michael Landon's second wife was a big fan of this movie. And she was so crazy about this film because it became a Christmas ritual every year at home, and they would watch it every year. One day, Michael Landon's second wife went to him and said, "Hey, this would make a great series." Michael Landon went away, and he was like, "Excuse me." And Michael Landon went away, and he thought about it. And the bishop's wife, and this is what blew my mind because I like to do research on movies that I've watched. What I do is I'll watch a movie, and while I'm watching it, I'll take down notes or jot down ideas, but I'll look up trivia about the movie and facts and stuff. And apparently, this movie, 1947's The Bishop's Wife, turned out to be the basis for 1984's Highway to Heaven. This is where Highway to Heaven came from, The Bishop's Wife. And you can, I believe it's streaming right now on Prime Video. So check this movie out. It's a great movie. It's a great black and white film. It was remade almost 50-ish years later. Remade-ish, sort of. As The Preacher's Wife with Denzel Washington, Whitney Houston, and Courtney B. Vance. Denzel Washington played the Cary Grant role, and Whitney Houston played the Loretta Young role. And, excuse me, Courtney B. Vance played the David Niven role of the preacher for this one, whereas David Niven was the bishop in the other one. Because of the delay and the new set construction, Samuel Goldwyn suffered an estimated loss of $700,000 to $800,000 because they scrapped everything and started over from new. They redid some scenes. And it is a great film. I happened to recently watched it. And I don't know, I've never seen it. I said, "Oh, I'll watch this." It's a fantastic film. This is my thoughts on this. This is a great holiday film. If you want a feel-good film, this is the film for you because the way that Cary Grant is playing this angel, where he shows up and he just knows people's names. So like they'll get he'll be out with Loretta Young, who's the bishop's wife, and they'll stop and get a taxi, and he'll go, "Oh, okay, Sam, take us to the ice skating rink, or take us here." And the driver will be like, did I tell you my name?" He goes, "No, I knew your name. It's right on your shirt," or something like that. He made something up. He goes, "You told me your name," or something around that lines. it's Cary Grant in this film is so charismatic. He is so, you can't help but smile when he's on screen and feel great about this. And seeing David Niven as the bishop and how, how jealous he would get. He'd sort of get jealous with the angel spending all his time with the wife. But it's one of those films that when you watch it, you like, it just has that old time feeling of Christmas. And you're like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it gives you that feeling of Christmas and you feel that holiday cheer in you. You know, there's just a certain time of the year when you start feeling that Christmas spirit kicking in. And I don't know what it is, but it just kicks right in. And it's a fantastic film. I really, really like this film. And I recently started recommending it to people, saying you should see this. So definitely, as I said before, it's streaming on Prime Video. I don't know for how long. I don't know. I don't know if it still is right now. I just recently saw it, maybe around the last few days of October. So yeah, I would check this film out and watch it. Have you seen it? Are you a fan of Cary Grant? Have you seen the remake, The Preacher's Wife? Let me know down in the comments. Because I like to know these things. What holiday movie you like? What is your holiday ritual of movies to watch during the holidays? That's the question for you folks out there, because I'm curious. Is it something I probably never seen? Is it something maybe I've seen? I'm always looking forward to knowing these things. It's like, what holiday movies get you, make you happy? I would say Christmas Shoes is not a movie that's going to make you happy. And I've seen Christmas Shoes. Please don't recommend Christmas Shoes to me. That's a depressing movie. It's a great movie, but it's depressing. But as I said before, the bishop's wife, 1947, black and white classic. A lot of the people in this film were in It's a Wonderful Life as well. No, were they? I think they might have been. I don't know. I'm probably thinking of other movies because my brain's always thinking of different things. You know, it's always going a million miles an hour. I don't know why I'm doing this, making a statement here. Uh, but I really think if you're looking for a good comedy drama, a great fantasy film for the holidays, check out The Bishop's Wife. And then after that, you know what? Why not check out The Preacher's Wife and compare the two films? Let me know if you've done that and what you think of them. Which one do you like better? So, with that being said, folks, all in all, this is a great video. I want to thank you all for watching. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell and not on it. If I can learn how to speak, folks, someday it will happen. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell on not only my channel, but the channels that I mentioned that are down below in the description. And as always, I am the host, Tom Jr. Jackson. This has been After the Movie Review. This is Holiday Edition, Episode 1. And as always, folks, please remember, we are all goof people. Thank you, and have a pleasant tomorrow, folks. Bye-bye.